G'day, everyone. For those of you who don't know, Skiddy and I, where did we meet?
Oh, geez, shit. I don't know. 2K on the board, drafting, something like that, mate.
It was all about 2K. So this is for that first round NBA champion, Jason Tatum. I am making the Tatum build. Pick 7. Let's go.
They're playing basketball.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The Insight NBA team is in the arena, bringing you the ultimate play-by-play on who's hot and who's not to help you win your leagues and dominate your mates. You're now hooping with your hosts, Matty G, Skiddy, and Mally for the Insight NBA show.
And we're on the clock, mate.
Yeah, nearly there, G. Nice to be here with you, mate. So you're doing a Jason Tatum build tonight, and I'm just going to go pick 2, one that I haven't done yet, and hopefully we're going to see if we're going to see what's going to go on here because Rainey is taking ages to select the first overall pick, which I'm happy about.
Is it a hard choice?
I'm going Jokic. Yeah, cool.
You're going Jokic.
I can't believe that he didn't go Victor any earlier than that, but whatever. Each to his own, mate. How you doing tonight, mate? You're looking to get the Jason Tatum 2K build going on. Probably a bit early at 8, but each to their own.
Well, this is the thing. So around this first point, I'm going, look, maybe I could have moved to pick 9, but it's a Tatum build. I wanted to make sure that I locked it in because God forbid, you can see his ADP data there. He's going around 9. So if someone's aggressive on him and thinks 7, because it's kind of a fall off we're noticing, isn't it, Skiddy? We've kind of got the first players on that board. We've got Wemby, Jokic, Shea, and Luka in, like, obviously Wemby's 1, Jokic, and then it's either Shea or it's Luka, or it's Halliburton, or it's Giannis, or it's AD, or it's Embiid. And then it kind of like it's best of a mixed bunch in drafts now.
Yeah, I can definitely see that as well, G. It's, it's that first 5, 6 is about on point. We see Giannis go there after Tyrese at 5. Could be AD. A lot of people do take Giannis there. I prefer AD. But, yeah, then you can kind of – there's a lot of swinging around. We'll see a lot of Donovan Mitchell, Steph Curry, Trae Young now sliding up. Yes.
Oh, that's just –
and you missed out on Tatum.
And I've missed out on Tatum. Oh, that's absolutely kooks me.
Well, time to think on the fly, Jay.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take Anthony Davis. Because Anthony Davis is leaving there for me at 8. What am I going to do? I'm just going to call this one the AD. I'm going to call this one the AD build because I keep on doing it. You know what? This is the chaos draft. This is the chaos draft because it's all gone to hell in a paper bag. For me, and this is what happens on draft day, Skiddy.
That is correct. You got to be able to adapt, and think on your feet. So let's see how we go with you thinking that you're going to get a certain player, and then you're going to have to go and turn around, and now you're going something else. So let's see how you can go on the fly. First round's completed. Tyrese at 5, Giannis 6, Tatum at 7, Davis at 8 to Matty G Wiz, Joel 9. Curry at 10. That's probably the earliest I've ever seen him go. Edwards at 11. Young 12. Second round now. Sabonis, Chet Holmgren, Kevin Durant, Scotty Barnes, and now back to you, Matty G Wiz.
Look, I love this for me. I am probably leaning into the Donovan Mitchell. Want to get a lot of points up, want to get some steals in there and help bank that in with a little bit of value. It's not the safest pick that I can have in the world. I do think there's other good blokes on the board. If you can, on my board, I can see Kyrie, Booker, Harden, LaMelo, Brunson, Lillard, and Paul George. So a bunch of point guards start coming off the board in the second round. And I'm a Don fan, so that's a bit of a homer pick for me. And I know that you love Don. He's very good.
Of course. 100% he is, mate. I'm on with you there. I reckon that's good value to get Donovan at. Yeah, and he pairs pretty bloody well with AD as well. So you pretty much can go wherever the hell you want now.
I can.
And
it gives me flexibility. It gives me build flexibility, and that's what I'm looking for in this one, especially because it's drafting on the fly for me. So fun.
Yeah. Oh damn, De'Aaron Fox going there as well. So Booker went after Mitchell, Harden, and then De'Aaron. So Harden is definitely moving up a lot more. G. I definitely was one of the guys that was saying, hey, I think we can definitely be taking Harden a bit earlier than the third, which is where he was supposed to go. And now he's just going middle second. And I'm starting to get to the stage where I'm like, well, he's almost priced out for me, really.
I think he's priced out. So let's talk priced out, guys. This is also a bit of a priced out guys build. Harden, for me, priced out now. I could have got him in the third round early drafting, back end of the second round, great. But now I don't want that. I don't really want it that much. Do you?
Harden around there. I mean, I'm not going to take him middle second. He is going to be I can get around him being a great source of assists in a time where assists can be pretty iffy. So yeah, I can get around it a little bit more, but it depends how many first picks are going. And when we look at what he did to get Harden there, he is paired Harden with Giannis. So it's actually quite strong, but he is nullifying Harden's free throws that he is able to generate.
In volume. Where are you leaning here? There's no cue. This is the fly. This is on the fly. Fuck, this guy for taking Tatum. Son of a bitch.
Always go on the fly, mate. I'm going LeBron here.
Oh, I like that for you.
Oh, actually, 23. No.
LeBron, Kyrie, finally reunited. Let's go.
Yeah, I am going to go LeBron there to be able to get the assist to pair with Jokic, some good rebounds. I can really keep my I'll have to bring into percentages. My field goal's nice. Free throw can be a little bit better, but I like where that's starting. I can then start to generate some defensive stats. All right,
let's have a look at those. Let's have a look at those draft results up there on Skiddy if you want to put it onto that view for us, and we'll have a look through that one, finishing around by the board. We saw, after me, Donovan, Booker, Harden, De'Aaron, LaMelo. Again, the great run of point guards off. Paul George back to point guard City with Kyrie Lillard. Jesus, Rainier. Why don't you rein yourself in?
I'll tell you, that is so late for Kyrie Irving. Like late second round, that's dirty as for me to get him there. So I'm more be happy with that. Cade Cunningham early at the start of the third. LeBron then for me. I probably could have gone Kawhi as well. One of those two. I think that LeBron suited the assist better. Larry Markkinen, that's a bit late from what I've seen on the other ones, but I like where that is going there. Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Alperen Şengün, and now it is you on the clock. You've so far gotten Donovan Mitchell and Anthony Davis. Where are you going now, G?
I'm going to try and test my luck for Jaren Jackson Jr.
Interesting.
Okay, so the thing I like about this pairing is I've got Jaren Jackson Jr. and both AD, power forward, center eligible guys, and I am running a dangerous gambit here. I was looking for another point guard, shooting guard, and this is where I like Donovan Mitchell. We know that he's a point guard necessarily, but he's not a point guard because of Darius Garland in town. So he gets that shooting guard eligibility. I've always loved that about him. I'm looking maybe for a pure point. I'm hoping some guys are going to jump around with some value. My next pick is at 41. So I'm playing a dangerous game of who I'm waiting, but I can tell you that my eyes are set on Fred VanVleet or possibly another big-time scorer in Ja Morant. Yeah, so the other guy that I could lock down is Evan Mobley, and I could just really shove the hell out of rebounds, field goal percentage, and blocks straight off the rip.
Yep, can get around that 100% there, Jay. And the thing is, though, if you're getting Fred VanVleet at 41, that is just dirty amount of value.
I think so.
As we saw after you taking Jaren, Karl Anthony Towns goes, then Bam Adebayo. DeJounte Murray there is ridiculous value in my eyes. You know me, I'm big on DeJounte this year at 35. I reckon that's so much value to be able to obtain. I reckon he could be close to the 20s. Jalen Johnson at 36. I think that, G, is pretty much getting him at at his complete top rank that he can be. Same as Paolo Banchero.
I'm getting the yips. Yeah, look, I think Paolo there is about 37. People love him. If they're drafting in a points league, his value
way
is
too early.
It's early, but it's exponential value around there if you're in a points league. In a points league, you want to draft Paolo Banchero around there. He's much more valuable than in category leagues there. The Jalen Johnson, we face the battle of the Jalens around here. So when Jalen Johnson or Jalen Williams goes off the board, there he goes. Fred VanVleet, he fell off. So someone's obviously coming in there and sniping. I guess this leaves me that could I go? I did say his name. This is, I find, really good value for Jalen Williams around here. It's in the 41s. He's very good player. I think he could be a top 30 asset. Wow. Yeah, I think I have to take him. Jaylen Brown going early just forces my hand a little bit. I could go Mobley.
That is the earliest I've seen Jaylen Brown go by an absolute country mile.
That's a country mile. No, I'm going to have to take Jalen Williams. I think just there, it's the value just smacks me in the face. And what I love about Jalen Williams again, Skiddy, again, I can play him as a shooting guard and I can play him in my forward spots. Dual eligibility doesn't just extend to the range of positional eligibility between your forward, your power forward, your small forward spot. You're also talking about dual positional eligibility here. So both in a guard slot, shooting guard spot, and in all those forward spots. Love my players like that. And there goes Ja Morant, the next guy I was looking at on my potential board there. Where are you leaning with this one, mate?
I would love it if Evan Mobley got back to me. I don't think he will, though. I am hesitant to go with Miles Turner. I could go free throws with Jimmy Butler, but I don't feel comfortable or quite as confident in that. I may lean for maybe a Jamal Murray Franz Wagner combination. There goes Derek White. Jared Allen before Evan Mobley has got me stuffed.
But let's be honest, you like how that could play out for you in the long run.
It's going to work out nicely for me if this bloke doesn't take Evan Mobley, which he doesn't. He takes Miles Turner. And then let's hope Josh doesn't take Evan Mobley here, which he does. That sucks. Really bloody good value there by you, mate.
Butler's great value around here. Yep. He's Butler's nearing the 50s, Skiddy. Like he's nearing the 50s now. That's
thing about Jimmy is actually he does suit my team now that I think about it. Yeah, actually he does. The steals is high point, but the free throws that he's able to generate, he's able to keep my field goals nice, can get some rebounds and some. Yep, no, I will take that. And then I'm going to hope that I can get a certain someone to not get picked here by Rainier.
Oh, who are you hoping? Don't say it. No, don't say it. Think about it. Don't say it. Quickly go. Oh, geez, that's early. It's 49 for Quickly. Duran at 48. He's gone back to back. So he's gone back to back. I'll let you think on this, Skiddy, and I'll take you through. Jared Allen going there at pick 44, 45 Miles Turner, 46 you took. Your boy was swiped. Evan Mobley was taken. Jimmy Butler by you at 47. I think a great pick. Duran there at 48. 49 Rainier. Zion Williamson picked by you there at the 50th pick. That's just nice. Shoring up that power forward center spot. And then DeMar DeRozan off the clock after that, Skiddy.
Yeah, mate. So I decided to go Zion there just because I feel like my free throws are kind of getting into an okay territory and I can take that hit. I'm also expecting a little bit more of a bump up from Zion as well. The points are going to be there. The rebounds are nice. He can get a couple of defensive stats. I feel like his just all-round game kind of suits well with LeBron, Butler, Kyrie, and Jokic. I've got a really, really good foundation of a few categories going along now. I'm going to then try and really build up my defensive stats coming up next because I should be pretty well on top of this coming up to the middle kind of rounds where we can start to exploit some of the defensive more defensive minded players that do kind of give a bit more of a hit. After DeMar, we had Franz Wagner go at 52. Rudy Gobert at 53. Will's now on the clock, takes Jamal Murray. I like that pick. I think that is pretty good to get Jamal around 54. That's about nice. Pascal Siakam goes then. I'm questioning, what I want to know about you, G, is where are you going here?
I don't know.
Okay, lovely.
Look,
we started right.
I like Tobias Harris. I want some points. I know he's going to generate those and get me some rebounds and some threes. Detroit, he's probably one of the better guys on the board, and I'm going to take him off there because I think the other guys like Vassell, probably a touch too early for me. Mikal Bridges, you can see up on there is for the rankings. They have him so high. I just think there's so much of a timeshare. He could be good, but if I can get Mikal in like my next pick, I'd be more comfortable with it. Or even the pick after that in the 80s. I don't know where he's going to go. I just know he's going to be better than what he was in Brooklyn last year as the number one option on a team that really needed it. I am probably looking to fill up my center spot. Oh, go on, Skiddy.
No, I was going to say I don't when it comes to Mikal Bridges. I think he's going to be quite down pecking order wise. There's too many options there. He needs to score to be able to generate good fantasy scores. The only reason he was so good in Phoenix was because he was still able to get the ball, but he was on such good efficiencies.
There goes my assist guy that I kind of cheeky had in my radar.
Darius Garland.
Darius Garland. I liked that a lot. But I don't have a center, and big centers are about to go off. We can notice that in these drafts, and we are now picking in the 6th round, a lot of good like centers start to go off in the 5th round and 6th. So Zion, point forward center, Rudy Gobert. We've had Mark Williams come off the board. We've had guys like DeAndre Ayton, Nick Claxton come off the board. And to start this round as well, it started with after Vooch, we had Brandon Ingram, Claxton, Garland, Tyler Hero. I went with Ayton, Zach LaVine, who I know is a favorite of yours to pick up around this zone in draft Skiddy.
Yep.
He goes off by Dinchy, Douchey in this case into you. And then Will takes Julius Randle there with the 67th pick. Oren is having a little bit of a think about it. This is rounding out. This is a competitive draft. A lot of guys reaching for people, but Skiddy, they're reaches that maybe are around too early to leave some value, but they're taking targets that people would have their eyes on.
Yeah, they are, and it's quite annoying in all honesty, but they are taking around that value to be able to not to be able to generate any. I feel like the only one that I've gotten so far to generate good perceived value is Kyrie, but I need a little something more. Brandon Miller goes there at 69.
Mike Miller? Giggity.
There goes my Q, so that's annoying. I don't know where to go here or what I want to really target. I think I might be able to get... I don't know if I love him or not, and I'm just not 100%, but I'm going to take Beal here to try and level it all out. I'm still not sure how I feel about Bradley Beal this season, just because I still think he's going to be the third guy, as I was saying. I was really, really down on Beal last year, and I was pretty right in that, but he did miss a lot of games. I still just don't see how he gets enough to be a fantasy relevant guy when he's sitting next to Booker and Durant, really.
Fair. Very, very fair. This is interesting. Now, a lot of guys have gone off the board on this one. So just before you was Brandon Miller, we had Julius Randle back to where I was, Michael Porter Jr., Brandon Miller, Josh Giddey there. I love that from Josh at number 70. He was on my radar. Beal goes for you at 71. Vassell there at 72. Kobe White at 73, I think, is way too early. Look, locking down a decent center, 74 could be early for Pirtle, but it could be early. It's early. No, it's early, but he is dependable and he did improve last year. There goes Hartenstein. Motherfuck.
Look, I needed some blocks, and I feel more comfortable with getting Podol than I do with Brook Lopez or Clint Capella, or even Hartenstein for that fact, just because he might be minute sharing a lot with Chet Holmgren. Nurkic doesn't get them. Valanciunas doesn't get them. There's a lot of guys that are kind of crappy around that point. That's a really tough part in the draft to be able to go. Probably could have gone Drew
Ooh.
Holiday, but that's what happens from time to time.
Now, let's talk about this pick that's just gone off two before me. We've got Nurk, then Keegan Murray, Cam Thomas. But look, I like Pedal. You're right. He's great source of block. And there goes Brooke Lopez there from Dingy.
Well done.
Cam Thomas went at 78. Thank you. Cam Thomas going off the board there at 78. I had my eyes on him as a points guy. I wanted assists and I wanted rebounds. I'm about to play a dangerous gamble and do a bit of a point share. I'm going to take Austin Reeves and I'm going to try and round back and snare D'Angelo Russell.
Right. I hate Reeves.
Hate that.
There.
You do. You do hate Reeves. Thank you.
At that point, but no, that's all right. Your other ones have been nice, but I can't get around Reeves as being the fourth option. Yes, he does get a lot of free throws. I don't know.
Decent percentages for me. Go back into the draft results view for us. You can see what I'm building around here. Go up and down my view. I've got Austin Reeves there, Aiton Harris. So I've got a lot of dudes, but I've kind of just my assists have gone out the window a little bit. So I just needed to. D'Angelo Russell's gone too. Okay, so I couldn't get him back. Son of a mother.
Yeah, so you choose Reeves there, and then Suggs goes, which I think is a bit early to Corey. Walker Kessler, that is a real high banker on a guy that wasn't even starting at the end of last year. Clint Capella, D'Angelo Russell, CJ McCollum, and then Drew Holiday with fantastic value at 86, I reckon. Why coming back in now? He chooses Daniel Gafford at 87. Don't mind that.
I don't mind that at all. I actually like Gafford around here. People have been like, Matty, you're really high on Gafford. I'm like, yeah, give me my power forward, centerable, eligible guys every single day of the week that are going to give me those percentages. There is another dude that I like a lot that I think his ADP may not last back to me, and I'm going to just lock up Zubac.
Okay.
I'm going to look up Zubac, really high field percentage. I'm going to get a block a game out of that, bring that up. Not high steals, free throw percentage over 700, so it doesn't really hurt me there. He's going to be a decent rebounder. There's no one really behind him apart from Mo Bamba. I think he's going to have an improved role this year and see a better return than he did last year. And we just featured him in the ESPN show because his value there is get well down in the hundreds, and that's creeping back up. So in a two-center league and Jabari Smith Jr. being taken before me, the pick before, kind of happy with that. Oh, did you like Valanciunas or Middleton?
No, I wanted Kuz.
Yeah, you love Kuz. I love Kuz as well. At 90, I think that's value.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's still the number one or number two guy there in Washington. I think
it's his team.
It's his team. So yeah, I think he can definitely still get away with that, Joe.
All of his shooting, all of the things you know and love about the Kyle Kuzma full experience will be run back. So where are you thinking about? What's in the brain thoughts? What's in the noodle, Skiddy?
I definitely need some defensive stats to come my way. I just can't find anyone.
Can I put my hand up? Can I put my hand up and make a suggestion? Who I think is value here?
Is it Herb Jones?
It's OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
I think around the 90s, I'm okay with him. I'm very okay with him.
I'm going to have a bit more of a go at me center and pick John Collins here.
Okay, good. Rounds it out.
That's purely just to get some rebounds and hopefully some blocks. I might be a little bit more hopeful than I am sure on that pick, but I needed to get that in. I still think I'll be able to come back here to be able to get OG if I want. There goes a Kongu and Murphy right now. I'm good there, so I don't know. No, I could go that. Do I feel more confident in him or in him? I will go Anunoby, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I was tossing up between him and Herb Jones to get that extra bit of defense, and I think I feel more comfortable with OG's minutes that he's going to be able to get in New York than I am with Herb Jones's in New Orleans because of the fact that OG can be a scorer while Herb Jones is more of just pure defense. So
yep.
I think in that case, that's where I lean OG. Yes, it's going to be a logjam, but then again, so is New Orleans. So it's hard in that aspect too.
Now, there he goes off the board as well, back in that draft results. Kristaps Porzingis finally going off the board there. Terry Rozier before that, Jeremy Grant, Jonathan Kuminga, and your OG Anunoby pick. We're in the hundreds now. So this is the guys around that fringe area. I said the other day I drafted KP after 110, and I was okay for that. I'm okay with that even more if there's an IR spot in my draft.
It dead set seems every single time it ticks over the hundreds, that's when Kristaps Porzingis gets drafted.
100%. And I picked him up the other day, I think 110, 111. I was like, if I get the chance to, that's what I'm going to do. And RJ Barrett's in my queue, and I need points. And I think around here after 100, RJ Barrett is making his way home to the G Wizzles.
I think you've done that. You've drafted that very, very well. Very, very smart, G. You knew that you needed to bring out your points. You realize that you stopped a couple of rounds ago as well when you were like, okay, I need points, but I'm not fully going at it yet. You built up your percentages nicely, and then you were able to take a swing on RJ Barrett. I think that's smart.
Because now my guys who I'm looking at, who are all like the last of my potential 20-point scorers a game with any relative consistency, as far as I can see on this one, there's only two guys. That's Colin Sexton and Jalen Green.
Yeah.
And so I am not comfortable or confident with either one of those having long-term value and being good, but I do need, by this point, because of all my forward spots and my SG spot, I need another one. So I'm going to go Colin Sexton and lean in because I keep on picking him up late.
Okay.
But give me 18 points a game. Give me a guy who was like 490 from the field last year, who's 480. Okay, cool. I can take the points. I can take a couple threes a game. Just keep on coming, Colin. Just keep on doing what you did last year, and you'll retain top 80, top 90 value, and you'll keep on falling off drafts into the 120s, and you'll bring it home for me. And I'm okay with that.
Agreed, mate. So after RJ, when you took him, Jalen Green went, then Derek Lively, Tyus Jones, Herb Jones. Tyus Jones is a very, very risky one there. What's going to happen in Phoenix? Draymond Green, Alex Caruso, Naz Reid, Klay Thompson. You took Colin Sexton, Bobby Portis, Mitchell Robinson, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Al Horford. Josh is now on the clock, and then it is moi. And I don't know where I want to go exactly with this.
If you're taking it anywhere, Skiddy, you can take it too far.
What's that, sorry?
If you're taking it anywhere, mate, it's likely too far, and I'm all for that for you.
Yeah. No, I am pretty much punting threes right now, but I'm going to be able to bring myself up with steals here. Getting Marcus Smart at 119 feels very, very nice for me.
Crafty move.
Just be able to bring me steals up. So should be going pretty good in that aspect. You're looking very nice. I am apparently not, but
thank
that's
you.
okay.
I had a haircut. You can't tell underneath that, but you can absolutely see it. Before that as well, some interesting picking. We've had after me Bobby Portis going off the board, Mitchell Robinson at 115, Bogdan Bogdanovic 116. Again, the last ones. Now Al Horford at 117. This person with the symbols whose name I can't read, 7X apostrophe big toe left knuckle K backwards. Drafting Al Horford there at 117 could be considered early because he gets left, but I think it's a very strong pick, especially because Kelly Olynyk's out next. Horford's the starter. He'll be entrenched. He's going to get plenty of run. Marcus Smart by you. I love that. Cam Johnson, decent picking. Pods, Keontae, Nemhard, Conley. Jesus, it's all coming back to me very, very quickly. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But that's the way it goes quickly here. So, yeah, there's a few guys that have just gone bang, bang, bang off the board there. Brogdon around there. So nice swing for the fences with what's going to happen there in Washington. Who are you looking at this for the next pick here, G-Wiz?
I'm looking to get some specialists into my team now. So I'm looking for like the Dyson Daniels kind of guys around here and the DeAnthony Meltons. I'm looking for the guys who are going to get me decent. It's probably going to be Melton because I've picked him up a couple of times lately. Probably because I just want the steals and I want the higher free throw percentage because my free throws aren't bad currently. So I'm probably looking for him. Best on board, the homie Hackers. You know what? I'm actually going to go Advia.
Okay.
I'm going to go Denny Avia for some upside. I think he starts. I think it's not a bad pick. And I like what he can bring with. I think he might start. They've got him there for a reason. And I think he's going to play, I think, small forward. I think he's going to play in the small forward spot.
Over Shaden Sharp.
I think so. I think Shaden coming back off, they're going to bring on along. I think Shaden Sharp is going to play backup small forward and shooting guard minutes. I do think that Denny Advia starts. They wanted him. Like, they went out and shopped for this guy specifically. Portland's talking about, we want to bring in Denny Advia. Like, we want this trade for this guy, which is really interesting. When organizations hunt for a person or they put someone on their agenda, they intend to give them minutes. Let's also be real. They haven't rolled out the full Shaden Sharp experience. They were hesitant in his rookie year. He was injured last year. I don't know what Portland wants half the time. They want to develop their youth, or they want to just take risks. I don't know. But I think it's some guys there. But you just took an interesting one. You took the Dyson Daniels, who I mentioned. I love that for you. Does he start in Atlanta? Same question. Does he start in Atlanta? We've had this debate a lot.
I think he has a better. I think he has an okay chance of starting in Atlanta, but I still think Bogey might get to the start of the original start of the year, and then Dyson might take it afterwards. It's still something that I think I'm willing to have a crack at.
Now, I've really managed to boost up my field goal percentage and my free throw percentage here. I'm looking at probably over 500 field goal. I'm looking at plus 800 free throw. Now, I like that, but I like to be plus 820, 830 in free throw percentage because it's such a variable and volatile statistic. For me, that's just where I'm kind of leaning. It's come back around to you. Some guys are leaving the board. They've set their cues early. And it's all going off. After that, we've seen Melton, Gary Trent Jr., love that. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Wendell Carter Jr., Clarkson, Edie, Daniels, and then back to you, Andrew Wiggins. Like the call.
Look, I mean, it's one to have a crack with. I had a shot on Dyson Daniels. I like a little bit more surety when I do a bit of a swing like that. So I went Andrew Wiggins there. Just something to hopefully be able to shore it up. Josh went with Andre Drummond, Buddy Hield, then Vince Williams, Norman Powell, Dante DiVincenzo. You went Alex Sarr, which I really like. I think a lot of people do forget about guys like Sarr. Scoot went after that. And then Grayson Allen, Russell Westbrook, and David to round out the draft. We'll take Keldon Johnson. So I think that's a nifty one on Keldon, but whatever. People like to do that, and it is what it is. G, how do you think your team went, my man?
Oh, mate, put us over onto my team screen. Jesus. Look at how it looked. I kind of got thrown off the rip. I'm not going to lie, Skiddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you look over your team and I look at my picks and how they shook out, here we go. All right, I started off with Anthony Davis because some guy decided to take Jason Tatum right out of my hands because this was supposed to be the Tatum pod, and it wasn't. So we'll have to do that one another time. So this is my other AD build, and I've kind of refined that over time. I did an AD build the other day, and I'm just toying with the pieces of it. You can actually be really competitive in blocks with other dudes in your later round. So you can win blocks without Wemby. You just have to make sure you're getting a guy like an AD and pairing him up really nicely. I've paired him up with Jaren Jackson Jr., but a Chet Holmgren counterpoint in the second round is a really nice way of at least making yourself competitive against a dude who's going to be able to rip them down left, right. So really like how it shook out. Donovan Mitchell in my second round. Jalen Williams in there. I've got Austin Reeves, Tobias Harris. I tried to make the stack of three Lakers with Reeves and Russell, got sniped. Picked up Ayton and Zubac in my middle, and I like that. And again, I think my score in this 2-center league is good. I've got Zubac, Ayton, my two pure centers, but I've got my fill-in centers here with AD and Jaren Jackson Jr. It's probably the one spot that I'm weaker picking up another, like my Gafford pick got taken. I could probably run to the board and get a PJ Washington in there playing power forward. But Denny Advia was the one I took probably the biggest swing on. And I like that one. I like my Advia pick. I picked him at 128. It's also a little bit risky, like you said. Does he start? Does he not? If he gets the start, I like it. And I liked Colin Sexton there for the points around 112. Yeah. He's a nice points person late because the last of those guys like him, Kuminga, are all around that 100 barrier. And then there's and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Who else? You know what I mean? Like those dudes, they evaporate after 120. And if there's anyone like that 120 afterwards, Skiddy, I just think you have to grab them in a draft at this point.
I think definitely. Depending on the player and how much they hurt you in percentage wise. But yeah, I like the pick there. I think you got some good upside ones. There's if there's guys that find their way into the right positions, then your team will be extremely good and extremely competitive. Gee whiz.
Take us through yours though. Who was the one that I want to know this one because I know that you're like the harshest critic on you. What was the pick you didn't like the most, and what one did you like the most?
See, I found myself at a point in the draft where I was like, okay, I need to start looking for defensive stats, and there was just none there that I really liked that were going that well. I'm not the biggest fan of my draft here. I went Jokic first, so you kind of get that surety with yourself when you pick Jokic, and you can kind of go, I can go so many ways. Kyrie, I was happy with after that. I feel like that was a really good building block. LeBron was okay, but I felt I was kind of trying to chase back my free throw percentage after that point. And it kind of stuffed me a bit in my later ones, which is something that I really should have been paying a little bit more attention to. Yeah, I wanted to try and be perfect with it, and it kind of bit me in the ass. So I probably went over Jimmy Butler where I could have gone elsewhere. I went Zion, which ended up going back on myself because I was trying to be able to bring up my rebounds again. In all honesty, though, my field goal percentage was pretty good, and I probably didn't need to. I ended up hurting my free throws, which then in turn hurt my defensive stats again. Kind of just went away with it a bit. I think that I've got an all right team, an okay team, hopefully from some standpoints, but I'm not the biggest fan of what I've been able to accomplish tonight. There just wasn't enough for me. I mean, it could be competitive in certain areas. I just feel like I've negated myself in too many other ways.
No, look, on projections alone, you can look through, and again, it's never an indicator here of what's in and out because when you come to your head-to-heads on the Yahoo system, it's all wacky and it's all based off projections. On our big draft board projections, and again, you must check out the big draft board and where it's using that, mate. I think we're both in there pretty highly. It's got us as both in top 4. It's got me narrowly beating out Josh and then Renier and then you on standings as well. But again, we draft off our big draft board. The second drop, the second wave is coming this week. Make sure you like and subscribe to the big draft board. Get it from our Patreon. The link is down below, Skiddy. It is only 30 Australian dollars and it is a comprehensive Bible of everything you need come draft day to help you win your leagues. By the way, I can't take my eyes off you, you handsome bastard. This new mustache is sexual.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. That's why we keep doing these drafts, so you guys can get the ins and outs and know what how we think about when we do them. Good or bad, it's a good way to show what we can do. G drafting well from the Anthony Davis spot at 7. And me how to stuff up the Jokic at number 2 build. But, either way, at least we get to do it so then you guys don't stuff it up or you're able to succeed on your draft days.
So with the Jokic build, with the Jokic build, what was the one you would roll back to? What was the free throw percentage? You really want to capitalize on that with him?
Yeah, no, not to overthink that. More look into the way of being like, okay, look, you got a good starting spot from your rebound, you got a good starting spot from your assist. Don't overthink what you're able to do. The field goal percentage is going to be able to level itself out. Continue on with what you're going there. Look for the defensive stats around those 3rd and 4th rounds. If you don't get them there, then you are going to dry up later on. Yeah. And then when you try and pick up later on, they are going to be more negatives that attached to those defensive stats.
Yeah, let's be honest as well. Jokic is elite, not the greatest shot blocker. We'll get some blocks. Probably gets more laney steals than anything else. You're more likely to see
steals are all right.
His steals are all right. You're more likely to get that, but you don't generally think that immediately with your centers. You think block shots, high field goal percentage, and the usual. But he's not a usual center. I mean, he's the Joker. Like he's absolutely elite, and he's not going to be out there blocking shots every single day of the week. But again, an awesome build. I liked it. I think it was well-rounded. You can check the builds, rate them, leave a comment, say what you need. And if you have any questions, fire us away on Discord, on also a Patreon. Make sure you get onto that and fire up our brand new Patreon account. Get all the access, early access, ad-free on there as well. Take care, everybody. Like and subscribe to All Things. Our deets are below. We'll catch you very, very soon.